Good morning and welcome to my last few hours in Halifax on this trip. The time is 8 a.m. and the day is Friday, September 16, 2022. I have a bus to catch at noon from the bus terminal close by. So I don't have too much time to spend here, but I still wanted to come to the waterfront once more. There is an interesting feature here which I have never seen at any other place. These are called Drunken Lamp Posts, and there are three of them here on the harbor front. So, the story that goes behind these lamp posts is that in this area there are a lot of pubs and bars, and people would get drunk and they act silly, they will fall down and whatnot. So in the year 2013, somebody came up with an idea to represent that part um, of getting drunk by putting these three lampposts here, and it was supposed to be a temporary exhibit, but it was liked really well by the locals and the tourists, so this has been here permanently since then. So that's something unique in my opinion, and if you have come across something like this in any place you live or have been to, do share on the comment section. So I knew about these drunken lampposts, but I didn't get chance during the last 3 days, and I didn't want to miss it, so I made sure that I wake up early and come to the waterfront and capture it on the video. So that being said, on my left there is a cruise ship which I believe came yesterday, and I have never seen a cruise ship so up close. These are massive. Halifax port receives lot of vacation cruises, many of them from the US, from the Boston area, and sometimes there are 5 6 cruise ships coming on a single day, and this area gets really crowded. While I capture a panoramic view of city of Halifax and the waterfront, I would like to share some information with you. Yesterday I was told that this place can get quite windy because the warm air currents from the Gulf of Mexico and the cold air front from Arctic Circle meets here, and depending on in which direction the wind is coming, it may be a chilly and a windy day, or maybe a chilly and a nice day. So for example, if the wind is coming from Gulf of Mexico, then it would be a breezy but a warm day. On the other hand, if the air current or the wind is from the Arctic Circle, then it will be a chilly and a windy day, which is mostly the case during the winters. Over last 4 days I have seen quite a variation in the temperature. For first 2 days the temperature was really nice, although little windy, but since yesterday the temperatures have gone down, and today the temperature at this moment is about 47 degrees Fahrenheit, so that's cold, and it indicates that the fall is coming soon. I also have a personal observation which I would like to share with you. Now that I have traveled a bit in Canada, at least in some of the major cities, I realized that city of Halifax has more British influence as compared to other cities where I have been. One of the reasons I think could be is because Halifax, or this part of Canada, is closer to Europe, and a lot of recreational and commercial activity still happen between Canada and Europe from here. Besides that, Halifax has made lot of contribution to the success of British Empire, be it in the two world wars or prior to that, and it could be one of the other reasons that the city wants to maintain its affiliation with the British culture in order to remind people about what Halifax has done for the Britishers. Now, that's my understanding. how this city would look like in next few decades, my guess is as good as yours, and it would be interesting to see if the demographics or the culture of the city changes. Finally, I'm ready to go to Charlottetown, and I am here at the Via Rail station, and next to it is the bus terminal for the maritime bus I will be taking to Charlottetown. The total distance is about 202 miles, and it will take us about 5 hours to get there. The price I paid for the bus ticket is 78 Canadian dollars. This is not a direct bus. We have a stop in Amherst in about 3 hours or 2.5 hours, and then after 15 minutes we'll make a transfer to another bus from Amherst to Charlottetown. I'm excited about this journey for one specific reason. We will be crossing the Confederation Bridge. I will share more information about the bridge once we are there. The boarding of the bus will start at 11:45, and our departure time is noon. So I have about 15-20 minutes to spare. While I wait, I will give you a brief tour of the station. So that's how the Via Rail Halifax station looks like. Like I said, there isn't much here. They have few ticket counters, baggage counters, and that's it. It looks like an old building. I don't know the history that how old the station is, but it is certainly bigger than many stations I have seen on my Via Rail, coast to coast journey, whether it was on the Canadian or on the ocean. To give you a perspective of my coast to coast train journey, let me show you the map of Canada and the train route. So that's the map of Canada. Apologies for the light reflection it has. So now if you follow the map, so that's Vancouver, and if you follow the red line, it goes to Jasper, Edmonton, Winnipeg, and finally in Toronto. So that's the journey I did last year on the Canadian, and this year I went from Toronto all the way to Montreal on the dark blue line, and from Montreal, if you follow the route on the light blue line, I came all the way here to Halifax. So that's my overall coast to coast train journey. And one of the train journeys I still want to do is from here, from Winnipeg to Churchill, but that's something I have to do at some point in future because it requires a special planning. So let's see, when would I have an opportunity to do that train ride. And just to share something about this journey from Winnipeg to Churchill, that's the farthest you can get on a train in Canada. So that's one of the reasons I want to go. And during November December there is a polar bear migration to Hudson's Bay, which is this water body in dark gray color, and that's I want to experience. So that's why I said it requires a special planning. So if not in near future, then hopefully in not too far future I should be able to get this train journey from Winnipeg to Churchill done. Alright, now we are entering the Confederation Bridge, and I was very excited about this part of my bus journey. And now it's the time for me to share information about the bridge. So, this bridge, Confederation Bridge, it connects New Brunswick to Prince Edward's Island. So, in essence, this bridge is connecting mainland Canada to the Prince Edward Island. The construction started in the year 1993 and the bridge was first opened in 1997. So, this is the 25th year of this bridge. Now, this bridge is the longest bridge in Canada, and it is the longest bridge that has been built on ice covered waters anywhere in the world. So, this bridge is a marvel of engineering, it can be said without no doubt. On my left, you are seeing the waters of North Atlantic Ocean. The total length of this bridge is 8 miles. Despite of the fact that the bridge is not too wide, I am still impressed with this engineering marvel. I have been told that prior to this bridge, the only way to connect New Brunswick with PEI was through ferry. During the winter times when the water freezes, it became a challenging task to ferry across the waters, and there were times when people got stuck in the icy waters because the ferry broke down. So I believe the bridge has done a tremendous job in making sure that the transportation continues both ways throughout the year. Now here is a catch. During the times when it becomes quite windy in this area, the big transportation vehicles such as trucks or buses are not allowed. During that time, the passengers are transferred through shuttles in both directions. I have finally reached Prince Edward's Island. This is the 9th province that I have been to, and after this I am only left with one more province to go, that is Newfoundland and Labrador. I am so excited to be here, and if I may speak personally, I am the first person in my immediate and extended family to travel to the east coast of Canada or to even do the cross country train travel. So I hope my experience inspire other people in my family as well as others who are watching this video to make similar trips and take similar vacations. There is little bit of a rub. Today a cruise ship has arrived, and Charlottetown being such a small city, there are very few drivers available. Most of them have taken tourists from the cruise to various parts of the city and outside of the city, and that's the reason the taxi service is significantly delayed. Moreover, there is no Uber or Lyft in the city. However, there are few options. There are local taxi services, and our bus driver has mentioned about two services which I will like to share with you. One is a ride sharing app called Kari, Kari. It's similar to Uber, and the other one is PEI taxi, that is Prince Edward Island taxi. So Kari has an app quite similar to Uber. I have it on my phone, but PEI taxi does not have any app. You have to make a reservation through their online portal. I decided to go with Kari because I can have the app on my phone and use it for next few days while I'm in the city. And I made a reservation just now. The arrival time of the driver is 35 minutes. The walking distance from terminal to the place where I'm staying, that's also an Airbnb. The walking distance is 27 minutes, but it's a little cold outside and it is windy. Moreover, I'm new in the city, right? So I don't want to walk a lot on my first day. I'm already tired. If you are planning to come to Charlottetown, make sure either you make arrangement for your rental car or if you plan on relying on services like Uber, please make sure that as of this moment there are no Uber or Lyft services here. So you have to either call the taxi drivers like we used to do back in the days before the ride sharing apps, or I highly recommend that you download Carry, that is Kari, on your phone. The application is very similar to Uber, so that's my recommendation, but please make sure you do your own research before your travel. All right, so here I am in Charlottetown, halfway through my vacation in the eastern provinces of Canada. The journey so far, from Toronto all the way up until now, has been exciting and interesting, and I have had some really nice experiences. I hope you liked today's video and my journey from Halifax to Charlottetown. I will join you tomorrow morning when we actually start seeing the city and the surroundings. On that note, I would like to call it a night. It's almost 7:30 p.m. and I am tired. Take care. Thank you again and God bless you. Stay safe.